So instead of using alum, we finally got our natural tannin in the mail, imported from Canada. The tannin that we use is extracted from gall nuts. Canadian gall nuts, apparently. But yeah, the one thing, I don't know if you guys can see this on the video or not, but it's turned the water green. It's the craziest thing. Like, when you look at the shirts through the water, they actually appear green, but it's just the water has this slight green color to it, which is so strange. When you pull it back out, they're just white. So it's absorbing the naturally occurring tannic acid mordant from gall nuts instead of alum or some other type of thing like that. These guys are ready for the dye bath now. Just gotta pull them out and wash them off. And meanwhile, over here, got Empress weighing out some Cutch. And Cutch is the innards of trees, typically taken off fallen trees and things like that. Need to get to a certain amount to make the color we want, and we're waiting for that. The dye bath started. We pulled everything out of the mordant, rinsed it off.
Letting the dye extract cook down a little bit before I put the shirts in to make sure it's fully dissolved.
Gallnut Cutch dye bath, herbal dye bath, all natural, 100% synthetic, chemical free, on organic fabric, dyed with plants. Cutch is made from a specific type of tree, although we haven't figured that out yet. Comes from the innards of the tree. And so do the gall nuts, actually. Or oak galls is the other name for them. Gall nuts or oak galls. And this one has some weird green spots on it from the tannin. You see here. So we'll see what happens with that after the dye bath. There's only one of the shirts that had these spots. I had a few of them though. Make sure you get all those air bubbles out. It's fully submerged or it won't dye evenly. You also have to stir it throughout the process.
That's kind of a key to it.
It is the key. Makes it dye evenly, or at least, yeah, it won't look good if you don't stir it and submerge everything. It'll be spotty. So, from the stove to the sink. Got a nice light brown color coming out of these. It's time to pull them out of the dye bath. After they've been in there for several hours now, or you're trying to let the color deepen the brown from the Cutch.
I think it's a lovely color.
It's really nice earthy brown.
It'll get a little bit lighter.
Right.
Once it dries.
And so what you do is after you take each shirt out, you rinse it in this water, soak it up, and you want to squeeze out really any of the extra that's still sitting on top of the shirt that's not part of the fabric, so it doesn't wash out later, and for a few other reasons as well. But that's basically what you want to do. And what we do as far as the temperature of the water, we try to match it as best we can to the temperature of the water that's coming out of the dye bath. Now, it's been off the heat for at least over an hour, hour and a half now. So it's not too hot, but it's a little bit more than room temperature at this point. Yeah, it's a little bit warm, but not hot. So yeah, that's how you pull them out. And then what we do also is hang them up here, and because they got to dry now. After we hang them up and dry them, the next day we also wring them out and rinse them one more time, just to make sure we got all the extra dye out of the shirt that's not going to be on the shirt. But yeah, it's turning out a really, really good color. And I'll show you where we hang these two real quick. Empress here is going to get the rest of them out. It's looking really good. But yeah, I'll show you where these go. Just have a little spot here for the garden. Little hook. There she is, blowing in the wind. Do not dry them in direct sunlight.